Hello, we're Mestengo. We're a three-piece band from Brighton, and I'm Jago. I'm the lead guitarist and singer.
And songwriter.
And songwriter.
Yeah. And I'm Harvey. I'm the bassist for Mestengo.
I'm also Mestengo. My name's Finn and I play drums.
Listen to The Infinite After Butcher on Spotify and all platforms, and look out for us around Brighton and London. We're going to be in London on February 11th at Camden. In Camden at the Dublin Castle.
You'll find it on Instagram anyway.
Yeah, our Instagram will be where to go. Oh, the Instagram is at mestengo.band. It'll be on screen here. Have an answer, do you? No, I'm joking.
Ow!
Yeah.
Sit to watch as the stars fall and brighten my day through ignorance or bliss. Caught the hook on my neck as I straighten my back and tighten my grip. Was it today? Guess still a breath as my ribs crack when acceptance escapes to minds who know less. So take your hook on my friendship and cram it away in pockets half zipped. Was it to be a guest to someone? I don't even save a seat for myself, for my high self. It could be anyone
We've been together since probably when Mestengo actually started. It was me and Harvey and another drummer, and then we replaced that drummer with Finn, and then that was probably October of 2024.
Yeah.
2024, yeah. But then we didn't have our first gig until March 2025, so
Yeah.
it's kind of been. We're still very, very new, I'd say. Yeah. First gig was we put.
Well, it was
alright.
Like first gig.
It was
Oh,
secret,
right.
it was hidden.
Yeah. We kind of built up with some secret things before, and we did some stuff at like Lewis Road Inn and where else?
Artista Cafe.
Artista Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then where was our first gig? That was
First gig was Pipeline,
Pipeline,
which we put on ourselves, and we had a band called Aquatic Ape Theory come in, who were really good, and then we also had Christian the Surf doing some loop pedal stuff, and it's just like we got it was quite packed as well when we played. Yeah. So it was really good fun. It was like, and I think we've come quite far from there as well. So like it's kind of like a nice thing to look back on now. Quite fond of it as a memory, but definitely moved past it, I think.
No,
Yeah.
no, that was an awesome night. Like, it's just weird thinking that, like, it was Pipeline we packed out when we started, but we literally packed out Prince Albert.
Yeah,
Last
sold out
Friday,
Prince Albert for
yeah.
the release show,
And, that's mad. 'cause
which we couldn't believe as well.
No.
Like it happened. It maybe happened. It happened on the day. It was probably about an hour and a half before we actually were supposed to get everything rolling. That it just sold out, and Harvey came in. And you said it sold
I was
out,
like, sold out.
and I just was like, I was beaming from ear to ear from that point to the end of the night because it was just so nice how much people had come and like actually like were invested. They weren't just kind of turning up and just like I'm here for my friend or whatever. There were loads of people there who we didn't know as well, so that was a really nice thing too. It was a really nice moment, especially because we're so new, and this is a very like DIY project, Mestengo. Everything so far has been done off our own backs. We've gone and found all the resources we can either afford or access to get ourselves to the point we're at now. So I think we're quite proud of that. Yeah, the EP we recorded it back in August. So the funny thing about it was that it actually it took us way longer than we thought it was going to take to get it mixed and stuff.
We started recording it in August, and we were like, oh, we'll get it out
By like November, right?
November.
Yeah.
I wanted to get it out the night before. I had this whole thing. I was like, I'll get it out the night before my birthday. I was like, that's going to be like some sort of holistic way of getting it to go out into the universe the right way. But it's but that didn't. I remember because we Felix is the guy who mixed it for us when we brought it to him. Which, by the way, he did it for us for free. Like it was really nice. Came to a gig and was like, if you guys want to work, I'll work with you. And we took a risk, and like we said before, it really paid off with Felix. So yeah, we showed him all the songs. We started mixing it, and I didn't tell him until like maybe second session that I wanted to get it out by November, and this is probably mid-October. So I go, yeah, I want to get it out on November 9th, and he looked at me, was like that, and I was like, oh no, fine, we'll do like late November, and he was like, it's not going to happen. So okay, right. And then obviously Christmas happened, but actually it's slowing everything down. I think slowing the process down meant we thought about it a bit more. And I think we're probably actually released something we're prouder of than if we'd just gone to get it out, because I'm sure you guys probably would have thought actually at the time I was very on it about just everything being sort of one flow, record it, mix it, and it kind of goes out all on one conveyor belt at the same time. And I think it was our first time recording anything, so it's just a learning process. You learn it's not necessarily the way it's always going to work, but if you can work around whatever is happening in the process, I think that's what actually makes the process special to that piece of work that you're doing, So yeah, but it was really good fun and a really good process. Like we said, very DIY. So Felix used to come in. I think 3 times a week at one point we were doing. Come to my flat, and I've got some speakers in there which you can use to mix. So we just did the whole thing in my room, and we just sort of drank too much, and when we made it and we mixed an EP. Yeah. Everyone a crowded room. It's obviously very different to the rest of the EP. The rest of the EP is full band, and then that one is just me by myself. And it wasn't even recorded with these guys actually. We recorded the main 4 songs, and then that was going to be the release. Was going to be release those 4. That's like Hello World from Mestengo. But I went on holiday with my family, and we went down to like Cornwall, and we stayed in this little Airbnb type place, and not known to me, there was a music studio tucked away in the corner. So under the stairs there was like a door, and you went in, it's just this music studio, and then the guy who owned it was like, if you want to record anything, go in there and have a go. And I said, I don't know anything about recording, but I'll give it a go. And then he went, I'll come and help you. And we just recorded that literally as I just performed it, just 2 microphones set up, and I was sat on a sofa, and we tried doing it, play guitar, then sing it, but I'm not very good at doing the whole singing into a mic unless I'm playing. So we were just like, let's do it live. And I think we did it maybe like 3 times we did it. And I think the 3rd one is the one which we just used. But yeah, it's very detached from the rest of it, but we actually quite like that as like an ender.
Yeah, honestly, like it's kind of an annoying one because that might even be my favourite song.
Yeah,
and
no,
we're not even
agreed,
involved in that one.
Agreed.
I didn't even know what that song was until like we were just about to release the EP.
When I first started Mestengo, it was very much, I had it in my head that it was going to be like my project, and then I had people come in and play the instruments for me, but really it was kind of like my thing. Like a Tame Impala type, did you know Tame Impala's more just one guy, Yeah. That's kind of what I had in my head, and I think, but then I started playing with these guys, and we played for longer and longer, and yeah, like you were just saying, he's so melodic the way he plays bass that it's kind of like, and he's got such I've never seen somebody have such a like very open way to approaching a drum beat. Like if I play something, I do not really know what they're going to end up playing. And to start with, I think actually I was a bit like, I feel out of control, and I don't know how I feel about that. But as it's gone on, I've liked it more and more and more.
That's music.
And it's definitely, I definitely see it less as like it's still I write the songs and stuff, but when I bring it to the band, I feel like, whereas before it's kind of like I had to have the ideas, I'm very much more like I'll bring them into a space where the idea can be, I don't know, built up and can grow and evolve, and they definitely help that a lot.
I am in the same boat. I don't know what you guys think, but like, can any completely original music still be made? Or have we already defined all the genres? And I feel like at this point, we're mishmashing all sorts of different things and coming up with this like cocktail of these fusion genres. Like the amount of different types of like rock and rap and stuff. But that's a really cool thing about it now, I think. And there's certain bands where you just hear, and it's like King Crawl, like Mac to Mark. You hear like all these different inspirations in it. It's really cool. It's kind of like a collage, like sticking things together and making this whole new piece of art.
We definitely feel like that. We definitely like we don't want to genres is not something we want to do. There's another band called Frog who I've been really into. They're actually more like a brother duo, and their whole thing is like I remember one of them said that his inspirations was Lil Wayne and Mozart were the two biggest inspirations. And honestly, you can kind of hear it in some of the music, but they're so free of thought in the way they're creating stuff, which I really love that idea of just kind of like, if you're thinking about it, that is the obstacle. If you kind of just let yourself be in the room, start playing things, and that's definitely, I think, the way that we go about it a lot. And we're also very different in the music we like. We definitely have crossovers, but I think you can even just look at us and see that we've got very different kind of things that we're into. On the end with Finn, like they're into a lot of hardcore and stuff, and that comes out in the drumming too with the kick pedal.
Yeah, I love my double pedal.
And like just like a really quite thrashy way of playing sometimes, but it's tasteful. It's like it's not over the top. It's very much fits in. And same with Harvey being a bit more
chronic overplayer though.
Can
but
be.
It's fine. It's a free piece. It's fine.
You have to.
It just adds texture.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. Because we don't have any expectations for how the band should look or sound, or what my lyrics will be, or any like structural things. There's nothing there. So there is no boundary at that point. So we're always, like we said with the EP we just released. It's really nice to have it out there, but we definitely felt like it was less of like a hello and this is us. It's like more of like we were saying goodbye to it, and it goes off and it becomes its own thing. People can have it to themselves, but as a band we're now past that, and we're really looking forward to what we might release this year, and we have no idea what that would be, but we know we're going to do something, and that's really exciting. I think to not have any idea sometimes is the absolute best way to go about creating something, I think.